us as we take you around the globe on the world news. Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, your shining supreme station.
From the news desk at Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, this is news around the world.
In the headlines, President Tinubu to visit Adamawa tomorrow. Minister of Works urges Southeast politicians to drop presidential ambition, back Tinubu. House of Representatives, Senate to reconvene plenary session on Tuesday. On the foreign scene, China confirms visa-free access for Canada, U.S. visitors. And in sports news, Rivers United coach says his team will learn from CAF Champions League dismal outing. A very wonderful evening to you, and thank you for staying with us on Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. This is news across the world. I am NEDU OKORIE. You can listen to us via our website on www.diamondfm.net. You can also watch us live on YouTube, Diamond FM Ilorin. We'll bring you details of the news after this break. Do stay with us.
See, wait, he's from our tribe, and we are of the same religion, so we have to protect our own. What tribe isn't corrupt? I beg you, leave now our Peking.
Wait, stop and think. Do you realize that the impact of corruption and careless decisions by that clansman or family member of yours doesn't know tribalism or nepotism? Let's hold everyone accountable for a better society and country. If you see something, say something to the right authorities.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
The Adamawa state government has concluded arrangements to receive President Bola Tinubu for a one-day official visit to the state tomorrow. The commissioner who disclosed this today in Yola said that the visit was a clear validation of the development strides recorded under the administration of Governor Madu Fintiri. Ilia said the visit reflected the national recognition of the state government's commitment to improving the living standards of the citizens through strategic investments across critical sectors. He listed some of the projects to be inaugurated to include the newly constructed underpass at the former Bekaji roundabout, the expanded Bank Road in Yola, and a model school in Yola North local government area. Still from the presidency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has ordered a comprehensive investigation into the recurring fire outbreaks at Kano Singa Market, following the latest inferno that devastated the food market over the weekend. The president gave the directive after a fire which started on Saturday evening raged into Sunday morning, causing significant damage and leaving many traders counting losses. In a statement by his special advisor on information and strategy, Mr. Bayo Onunuga, Tinubu said the repeated incidents often leave traders in despair, stressing the need to establish the immediate and remote causes of the fires. The statement said the president had earlier reached out to Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf to obtain a situation report on the incident, which he described as tragic. The Minister of Works and former Governor of Ebonyi State, Senator David Umahi, has advised politicians from the Southeast contemplating a presidential bid in 2027 to reconsider their plans. Umahi made the remarks while speaking with journalists in Aba, the commercial hub of Abia State, during an official visit. He urged political leaders in the region to adopt a strategic approach ahead of the next general election and avoid what he described as sentiment-driven decisions. The minister also cautioned the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, against pursuing another presidential ambition in 2027, arguing that such a move could further polarize the Southeast. According to Umai, the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has addressed long-standing concerns about marginalization in the region through key appointments and major infrastructure projects initiated since 2023. The National Assembly has announced that both the Senate and the House of Representatives will reconvene plenary sessions on Tuesday, February 17, 2026. The announcement was made today by the Clerk of the National Assembly, Mr. Kamaru Ogunlano. The statement urged lawmakers to take note and adjust their schedules to enable attendance, as crucial decisions are expected to be taken during the sessions. The National Assembly did not disclose the specific matters to be deliberated. Lawmakers had earlier suspended plenary to allow more time for the defense of the 2026 budget proposals by ministries, departments, and agencies. And in Kwara State, members of the All Progressives Congress under the Kwara Redemption Movement in Kwara State have announced their formal defection into the African Democratic Congress ahead of next year's general elections. The chairman of the group, Akogun Iyola Oyedepo, announced the defection at a gathering of members and supporters in Ilorin, the state capital. Oyedepo, who was among the prominent actors in the 2019 Otoge political movement that unseated the People's Democratic Party in the state, said the decision to leave the APC was informed by what he described as the collapse of internal democracy within the ruling party. He disclosed that members of the Kwara Redemption Movement who are moving to ADC have increased to over 20,000 across all 193 wards in the state. According to him, the coalition represents the best of all the existing parties coming together to build a formidable political structure capable of offering what he called a credible alternative to the ruling party in the state. The news across the world is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. We'll now go on a break, and when we return, we'll bring you foreign and sports news. Do stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 87 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
And you are welcome back from the break. You're still listening to the news across the world, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. We now move on to the foreign stories. China has confirmed that Canadian and British citizens will be able to visit the country visa-free from Tuesday, after the two countries' leaders had announced such agreements following official trips to Beijing. Beijing's Foreign Ministry confirmed these agreements today, saying Canadian and British citizens will be able to travel to China visa-free from Tuesday, with the policy in effect until December 31. British and Canadian Prime Ministers Keir Starmer and Mark Carney both visited Beijing in January, seeking to bolster relations with China and pivot from the increasingly mercurial United States. Both leaders had hailed progress following meetings with top Chinese leaders such as President Xi Jinping, including issues like visa-free access for their citizens to China. Still on the foreign scene, 11 Palestinians were killed in Israeli strikes in Gaza on Sunday morning, according to Palestinian civil defense and health officials. The Israel Defense Forces said it had struck terror targets in response to ceasefire violations by Hamas, and that militants had been killed after emerging from a tunnel in the area of the strip controlled by the Israeli military. The Palestinian Red Crescent said a strike on a tent encampment in northern Gaza killed at least 6 people, while another strike in the south of the strip killed 5. Both Israel and Hamas have accused each other of near-daily violations of a fragile ceasefire agreement since it took effect on 10th October. And that's it on the foreign scene. We now move on to our sports story.
Diamond FM Sports News.
In our sports news this evening, Rivers United technical advisor Finidi George says the club will emerge stronger from their disappointing outing in the CAF Champions League. The Port Harcourt club lost 3-0 to Moroccan club RS Berkane in their last group game. Finidi's side recorded 1 draw and 5 defeats from 6 matches. Finidi assured that the team will return stronger if they qualify next season. Finidi, in a post-match interview, stated that RS Berkane were the better side as they dominated and created all the chances in the game. And that's it in sports news. And with that, we've come to the end of news across the world. But before we go, here is the recap of the major highlights. President Tinubu to visit Adamawa tomorrow. Minister of Works urges Southeast politicians to drop presidential ambition and back Tinubu. House of Representatives, Senate to reconvene plenary session on Tuesday. On the foreign scene, China confirms visa-free access for Canada, UK visitors. And in sports news, Rivers United coach says his team will learn from CAF Champions League dismal outing. Did you know that on this day in 1999, former military ruler Olusegun Obasanjo won the presidential nomination of the People's Democratic Party, PDP? For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact Diamond FM newsroom number on 0916-062-7526. The news across the world was edited by Abiodun Akinwumi. My name is NEDU OKORIE. Thank you for listening to your Shining Supreme station. Have a wonderful evening.
Diamond 88.7 FM.